Here on Heroku dashboard, you can see our backend application. On the top, under More, we have this item, View Logs. This gives us a simple and clean user interface to look at the logs, but it doesn't always give us the details we need. My preferred way is to use the terminal. So here in the terminal, inside our backend project folder, let's run Heroku logs. If you scroll up, you can see why our application crashed. So here we have this error, Mongo network error, failed to connect to server at localhost port 27017. This is the default port for MongoDB. Now here in our backend project, inside of the config folder, open up default JSON. In this configuration file, we have this parameter DB, which is set to the address of our MongoDB on our local machine. Obviously, this does not exist on the Heroku server that is hosting our application. So we need to change this to the address of our MongoDB database on MLab. So here on MLab, this is our Vidly database. On top of this page, you should see our database connection string. As you can see, our database user and their password is part of the connection string. We don't want to store this in a configuration file like default.json because that password is stored as clear text here. It's going to be part of our repository. So anyone who has access to that repository will be able to get the password to our database and literally do anything they want. In fact, a little while ago, a big corporation in the US got hacked because someone stored a database password in the source code and that password ended up on GitHub. So never, ever, ever store secrets in your configuration files. Now, in this node project, we have this default.json, which includes the default values for these configuration settings. That is perfectly fine for a development environment. But for production environment, we should use environment variables. These environment variables are not part of the source code. We need to set them in terminal. So the first time a developer deploys our application, they're going to open up a terminal window and store these environment variables on the server. And that's what I'm going to show you in the next lecture.